Have you ever felt like your mind is a never-ending storm? Thoughts racing at 1,000,000 miles per hour? Lying awake at night, unable to quiet the noise, wishing for just a moment of peace? You're not alone. In a world that never stops, finding true inner calm can feel like an impossible dream. But here's the truth. Peace isn't something you find. It's something you create. The ancient Stoics, wise men who lived in the heart of chaos, knew this well. They didn't rely on empty affirmations or wishful thinking. They created calm through action, through simple, powerful strategies that quieted the mind and gave them control over their emotions, no matter the circumstances. This isn't just ancient philosophy. It's a practical guide to peace in today's world. So, if you're ready to take control of your thoughts, to stop being swept away by the chaos of life, and to create space for calm in your mind, this video is for you. In the next few minutes, you'll discover 7 powerful Stoic techniques that can help you find the stillness you've been searching for. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. These strategies aren't about escaping the noise. They're about learning how to exist peacefully within it. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools you need to reclaim your mind, one step at a time. So, take a deep breath and let's dive into the Stoic wisdom that can help you transform your inner world. It's time to build the calm you've always wanted. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Master the morning. Own your mind before it owns you. The first battle of your day starts the moment your eyes open. Have you ever woken up already feeling behind, overwhelmed by the endless to-do list and the world's demands? That moment when you reach for your phone, check your email, and suddenly the world has its grip on you before you even had a chance to breathe. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. But here's something that can change the course of your day and your life. The Stoics taught us a powerful truth. You have control over your mind, not over the events that happen outside of it. The chaos of the world can only affect you if you allow it to. And the morning, it's the perfect time to take that control back. Think about it. The way you begin your morning shapes the way you experience the rest of your day. If you rush into it with distractions, your mind will be flooded by everything and everyone else's priorities. But if you take control of that first precious hour, you can set the tone for the entire day. This isn't about perfection, it's about intention. It's about creating space before the world fills it up with noise. The Stoics were masters of this, and their secret is simple. Own your mind before anything else does. Before you let the demands of the world steal your peace, make it a point to claim that first moment for yourself. Imagine waking up and taking those first 15 minutes in silence. No phone, no social media. Just you, your breath, and the quiet. In those moments you can stretch your body, calm your mind, and reflect on what truly matters. This isn't about doing anything. It's about being. You might be wondering, how does this help? The answer is simple. When you start your day with intention, you start it from a place of control. You are not reacting to the world. You are creating space for yourself. When you're grounded in silence, you're less likely to be pulled in 1,000,000 directions. You can think clearly, feel centered, and move through your day with purpose. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most powerful Stoics, understood this well. He said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events, Realize this, and you will find strength. The world will try to pull you in 1,000 directions, but when you master your morning, you're setting up your mind for the kind of peace and clarity that comes from within. And here's the truth. Mastering the morning is a small, simple act that can make a huge difference. It's a choice you make every day. The first moments you wake up are yours. No one can take them from you unless you let them. If you want to transform your mind, transform your mornings. Remember, it's not about forcing yourself into some perfect routine. It's about the decision to carve out space for yourself. By doing this, you're telling your mind, I am in charge. When you take that moment, just for you, it's like hitting a reset button. It gives you the chance to breathe, reflect, and set your intentions for the day. You don't need to have it all figured out right away. Start small. Maybe you'll begin by just sitting in silence for a few minutes. Or perhaps you'll stretch your body and focus on your breath before the world asks anything from you. Little by little, you'll build a practice that's just for you. A moment where you can center yourself, create peace, and embrace the stillness within. The morning is yours to master, and when you do, you'll notice that the rest of your day feels calmer, clearer, and more in your control. So tomorrow, when you open your eyes, take that first moment and make it yours. The world can wait. Your mind, your peace, and your clarity. Those are the things worth fighting for. Start your day with intention. Own your mind before it owns you. Chapter 2. Simplify your life. Less is more. How often do you feel overwhelmed by the sheer amount of things you need to do? How many times have you looked around and realized that your mind is as cluttered as your surroundings? All of us at some point have been there, feeling the weight of choices, commitments, and constant distractions. But what if I told you that the answer to finding calm, peace, and clarity isn't about doing more, but about doing less? Stoicism teaches us that true freedom is found in simplicity. The more we accumulate, whether it's possessions, commitments, or distractions, the more we give away our peace. And yet, you don't need to make dramatic changes overnight. You don't need to give up everything you own or quit everything you're doing. You just need to simplify. Take a moment right now to think about your life. How many things are you holding on to that no longer serve you? How many choices do you make each day that drain your energy or cloud your mind? It's easy to get caught up in the hustle, to think that more is better. But in truth, the more you pile on, the less space you create for what really matters. In the Stoic Philosophy, Marcus Aurelius spoke of focusing only on what is necessary. He wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." These simple words are powerful reminders that we don't have to do everything, and we certainly don't have to say yes to everything. You have the power to choose, to remove what no longer aligns with your values and goals. What's interesting is that by eliminating the unnecessary, you actually create more room for the things that truly matter. Think about it. When your mind isn't scattered across 1,000,000 different thoughts and commitments, it has the space to focus. You can concentrate on what's important: your personal growth, your relationships, and your peace of mind. You don't need to be constantly busy. It's okay to let go. It's okay to simplify your life. Every time you say no to something that doesn't serve you, you make room for something that does. And it's in that space, that simplicity, where true peace can thrive. So, where do you start? Begin by looking at your commitments. Which ones are truly meaningful to you? Which ones are just there because you feel obligated or because you've always said yes? What would happen if you cut a few things out, just to give yourself breathing room? Maybe it's a social media account that drains your energy. Maybe it's a habit or routine that no longer brings you joy. Whatever it is, give yourself permission to let go. Next, look at your environment. A cluttered space leads to a cluttered mind. Take a few minutes today to simplify your surroundings. Clear off your desk, organize a drawer, or clean up a part of your home that feels overwhelming. Each time you remove something unnecessary, you make space for clarity and calm. And don't forget your inner world. Simplify your thoughts. You don't need to chase every worry, every thought, every fear. When your mind becomes crowded with anxiety, take a step back. Practice letting go. Not everything deserves your attention. By simplifying your thoughts and letting go of the mental clutter, you create space for clarity, focus, and peace. Remember, this isn't about perfection. It's not about eliminating every distraction or every unnecessary thing from your life. It's about making conscious choices to clear away what doesn't serve you, so you can focus on what does. It's about creating room for peace, for growth, for the things that matter most to you. Every time you simplify your life, you make a choice to reclaim your power. You remind yourself that you don't have to be ruled by chaos, that you can choose what to focus on and what to release. So, as you go through your day, ask yourself this: what can I simplify? What can I let go of in order to create more space for peace? It's not about doing less to be lazy. It's about doing less to be present. By embracing simplicity, you're not losing anything. You're gaining everything that truly matters. And in that simplicity, you'll find a life that's more focused, more peaceful, and ultimately, more meaningful. Chapter 3. Embrace voluntary discomfort. Train your mind for calm. Think about the last time you felt truly challenged. Maybe it was a difficult workout, a moment of mental strain, or an experience that pushed you out of your comfort zone. In those moments, did you feel fear, doubt, or did you feel something else? Perhaps a quiet, powerful feeling of growth, like you were stretching your limits, becoming stronger, more resilient. What if I told you that these moments of discomfort, the ones you usually shy away from, are actually opportunities. Opportunities to train your mind, to grow stronger, and to cultivate true calm. The Stoic philosophy teaches us that voluntary discomfort is one of the most powerful ways to build inner peace and resilience. It's a way to prepare your mind for life's inevitable challenges. You don't need to wait for life to throw challenges at you. You can choose to put yourself in situations that test you, that make you uncomfortable, in order to build a stronger, more grounded version of yourself. And by doing so, you will be able to face any challenge with a sense of calm that comes from knowing you've already conquered discomfort on your own terms. This isn't about seeking pain or suffering for the sake of it. It's about training your mind to handle discomfort so that when life throws a curveball, you're not thrown off balance. It's about knowing that discomfort is a temporary state, one that you can control, one that you can embrace. Imagine for a moment choosing discomfort deliberately. It could be as simple as waking up earlier than usual to meditate or exercise. It could be fasting for a day, not because you're starving, but because you want to experience hunger without being controlled by it. It could be setting aside time to do something challenging that requires focus and discipline, just for the sake of pushing your limits. Why would you do this? Why embrace discomfort when you could stay comfortable, stay safe, and avoid struggle? Because when you learn to be comfortable with discomfort, you gain a profound sense of control. You start to realize that you are not ruled by your circumstances. You don't need comfort to feel okay. You can find peace even in the midst of discomfort. When you start to train yourself in this way, you begin to see discomfort in a new light. Instead of viewing it as something to avoid, you start to see it as a tool, something that sharpens your mind, strengthens your willpower, and builds your inner peace. This is the essence of Stoic practice: to face life's challenges with calm, with clarity, and with strength. This doesn't mean you need to seek out extreme discomfort or live in a constant state of struggle, but by intentionally placing yourself in uncomfortable situations, you begin to realize just how much control you have over your thoughts and emotions. When the discomfort passes, you emerge stronger, more resilient, and more at peace with yourself. And here's the beauty of it: you don't need to do this alone. You don't have to face discomfort in isolation. Whether it's through physical challenges like cold showers or running a long distance, or mental challenges like learning a new skill or pushing through a difficult task at work, you have the power to control how you respond to discomfort. The key is not to let discomfort control you. When discomfort arises, pause. Take a breath, and instead of resisting it, welcome it. Feel the discomfort, but don't let it define you. Remind yourself that it is temporary, that it is something you can manage. With every challenge you embrace, you grow stronger, more centered, and more at peace. Remember, every time you choose discomfort, you are training your mind to stay calm in the face of adversity. You are showing yourself that no matter what happens, you can remain grounded, steady, and resilient. And that, more than anything, is the true meaning of strength. So, I ask you, what discomfort can you embrace today? What can you choose to face, to endure, and to conquer? When you step into that discomfort, you are not only training your body or mind, you are training your soul. You are preparing yourself for a life of greater peace, greater resilience, and greater calm. Chapter 4. Practice negative visualization. Prepare your mind for the worst. Imagine for a moment that everything you hold dear is suddenly taken away. Your job, your home, your relationships, your health. Picture it all slipping through your fingers. The fear, the uncertainty, the deep sense of loss. What would you feel? How would you react? Now take a breath. What if I told you that this exercise, this thought of imagining the worst, is one of the most powerful tools you have to strengthen your mind and your life? This is the essence of negative visualization, a core practice of Stoicism that asks you to confront the worst-case scenario in your mind, not to dwell in fear or negativity, but to prepare yourself for whatever life throws your way. By consciously imagining what you would lose or what could go wrong, you teach your mind to detach from the fear of loss. You learn to live in the present, appreciating what you have right now, because you've already made peace with the possibility of its absence. You might be thinking, why would I want to do that? Why focus on the worst? It sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? But hear me out. When you practice negative visualization, you're not setting yourself up for disappointment. You're mentally preparing for life's inevitable challenges. Life, as you know, is unpredictable. It's full of highs and lows, moments of peace and moments of turmoil. But if you're always expecting the worst, then when the worst happens, it won't shatter you. You've already faced it in your mind. Think about this. How many times have you found yourself devastated by something you didn't expect? A situation that caught you off guard, leaving you feeling helpless or overwhelmed. The sting of unexpected loss, disappointment, or failure can be unbearable because you weren't mentally prepared for it. But imagine, just for a moment, that you had been prepared. Not by fearing the worst, but by acknowledging it, by mentally rehearsing it, and then letting it go. Negative visualization helps you to accept that nothing in life is guaranteed. Your home, your career, your loved ones, they're all fragile, temporary, and that's okay. When you embrace this reality, you're no longer afraid of what could happen. You're free to live fully, without the constant fear of losing it all. Here's the key. Practicing negative visualization doesn't mean you live in fear or constantly expect the worst. It's about training your mind to be resilient. When you're ready for what might come, whether it's loss, hardship, or failure, you can face it with strength and calmness. You learn not to be overwhelmed by life's unpredictability because you've already mentally prepared for it. Imagine if today you took just a few moments to imagine the worst-case scenario in your life. Maybe it's thinking about what would happen if you lost your job, if your health took a turn for the worse, or if a loved one was no longer there. Picture it vividly, feel the emotions that come with it, and then let it go. Acknowledge it, and then remind yourself that this is just a possibility, not a certainty. It's only temporary, and you have the strength to weather any storm. What happens when you do this practice? You start to notice something remarkable. The fear of losing what you have starts to fade. You begin to appreciate what you have now, without the constant worry of what might be taken away. You begin to live more fully, not bound by anxiety, but empowered by the knowledge that no matter what happens, you can handle it. And here's the most powerful part. When you're no longer afraid of loss, you find yourself able to fully embrace what you have. You begin to live in the present, appreciating the people, the experiences, and the moments that matter most. You no longer take them for granted. Negative visualization teaches you to live with an open heart, without clinging to things or people. It reminds you that the things you cherish are precious, but they are not permanent. And that's not something to fear. It's something to accept. And by accepting it, you open yourself to a deeper sense of peace and gratitude. So, what will you do next? Will you allow yourself to be controlled by the fear of losing? Or will you take control and practice negative visualization? Will you prepare your mind for the worst, so that you can live more fully, more peacefully, and with greater strength? The choice is yours. But know this: by embracing this practice, you will find that the fear of loss no longer holds you back. You'll be able to live each day with a greater sense of freedom, knowing that no matter what life throws at you, you have the power to remain calm, centered, and strong. Chapter 5. Tame the inner narrator. Silence the inner chaos. Every day, there's a voice in your head. It's constantly talking, narrating every moment, offering opinions, judgments, and sometimes even criticisms. It's the inner narrator, and sometimes it feels like it's all you hear. But what if I told you that this voice doesn't have to control your life? What if you could quiet it, calm its chaos, and take back the peace that's always been within you? This inner narrator, the voice that tells you what to do, what you've done wrong, what you should be worried about, can often feel like a constant companion. It's so familiar, so persistent, that you may not even realize how much it's influencing your thoughts, your decisions, and your actions. But here's the truth. You don't have to listen to it. In fact, learning to silence this inner chaos is one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself. You see, this voice often leads you to overthink, to dwell on past mistakes, or to worry about the future. It creates anxiety, self-doubt, and stress. It tells you stories, some of them based on reality, some based on fear and insecurity, but none of them are fully true, and none of them define who you are or who you can become. The first step to taming this inner narrator is recognizing its presence. Listen carefully. Pay attention to the thoughts that come up throughout your day. What is the voice telling you? Is it telling you that you're not good enough, or that you'll never succeed? Is it filling you with worry about things you cannot control? When you recognize the voice, don't fight it. Don't try to push it away. That only gives it more power. Instead, acknowledge it. Understand that it's just a thought, not the truth. Take a moment to ask yourself, is this voice helping me, or is it holding me back? Is it adding value to my life, or is it dragging me into a storm of unnecessary thoughts? The Stoic philosophy teaches us that we are not our thoughts. Thoughts are just passing experiences, fleeting, temporary. The key to mastering your mind is to recognize that you have the power to choose which thoughts you give your attention to. The inner narrator can only have power over you if you allow it. Next, focus on creating space between yourself and the thoughts. Imagine them like clouds drifting across the sky. They come and they go. Some are dark and stormy, others are light and soft, but you are not the clouds. You are the sky. You are the stillness that watches the clouds pass by. This practice of distancing yourself from your thoughts gives you control. It helps you stop identifying with every passing judgment or worry. You begin to realize that just because a thought enters your mind doesn't mean it's true or that it has to dictate your actions. Now, here's where the real magic happens. Once you begin to recognize your thoughts as just that, thoughts, you can start to replace the negative, self-defeating narratives with ones that empower you. Instead of allowing the voice to tell you how inadequate you are, begin to replace it with affirmations of strength, resilience, and self-worth. What would happen if you stopped believing the negative things this voice tells you? What would happen if instead you decided to embrace silence? Silence from the chaos, silence from the self-criticism, silence from the endless worrying. In the quiet, you would find clarity. In the stillness, you would find power. To tame the inner narrator, you don't need to silence it completely. You simply need to recognize its power over you and choose to no longer give it the microphone. You have a choice. Every time that voice starts its chatter, you can step back, observe it and say, I don't need to listen to you right now. You have the strength to choose calmness over chaos. And here's something important to remember. The more you practice this, the stronger you'll become. The more you learn to detach from the noise in your mind, the more you will connect with your true self. The self that is at peace, grounded, and powerful. Take a moment right now to breathe deeply. Let go of the noise in your head. Remind yourself that you are not your thoughts. You are the one who controls the narrative. The inner narrator will always be there, but you no longer have to let it control you. You have the power to quiet the chaos and find peace within yourself. When you learn to master this, you'll realize that the most profound strength comes not from fighting your thoughts, but from embracing your ability to let them pass and simply be. This is your journey. It's not about perfecting every moment, but about finding peace amid the noise. Take the first step today and tame the inner chaos. Chapter 6. Daily Reflection. Review, let go, and find peace. At the end of each day, there's a moment when everything slows down. It's quiet. It's still. And in that stillness, there is an invitation to pause, reflect, and let go. You may not always realize it, but each day leaves its mark on you. The decisions you made, the challenges you faced, the emotions you experienced, they all add up. And if you don't take the time to review them, to process them, those moments linger inside, sometimes creating unnecessary stress or confusion. But what if I told you that with just a few minutes of reflection, you could clear your mind, release any tension, and find the peace you're longing for? Reflection isn't about replaying every moment of your day, nor is it about harsh judgment of your actions. It's about taking a step back and asking yourself, how did I handle the day? What went well? What could I have done better? It's a quiet, gentle process, one that invites growth without shame or guilt. Each night you have the opportunity to let go of the weight you carry from the day. Imagine that you've had a long, full day, and now it's time to set it all down. The small mistakes, the missed opportunities, the worries about what tomorrow might bring. They don't need to follow you into the night. They don't need to hold on to you any longer. You are not defined by the events of today. You are more than the mistakes or missteps. You are the person who has the power to learn from them and move forward. Reflection is your moment to gently remind yourself of that. To reflect, find a quiet space. Sit still for a moment. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Let it out slowly. In the silence, begin to ask yourself a few simple questions. What went well today? Acknowledge the moments where you succeeded, no matter how small. What didn't go well? It's important to recognize where you could improve, but don't dwell on it. Instead, ask, how can I do better tomorrow? What am I holding on to? What lingering feelings or thoughts are keeping you from peace? Let them go. This practice of reflection is not about perfection. It's not about being hard on yourself. It's about being honest with yourself and allowing the space to grow, to learn, and to release. The goal is to let go of anything that no longer serves you. Negative emotions, unrealistic expectations, or any burdens you've unknowingly carried throughout the day. It's in this quiet moment of reflection that you realize the past is done. It can't be changed. The only thing you can control is your response to it. And that response, that shift in perspective, is where your true power lies. Once you've reflected, let go of whatever you don't need to carry. Let go of the guilt, the regret, the worries about the future. Trust that each day is a new opportunity to grow, to evolve, and to be better. Tomorrow is a fresh start. But tonight is for peace. This practice of daily reflection also brings clarity. It allows you to see the progress you've made, even if it's small. It helps you focus on what really matters, and it frees you from the noise of unimportant distractions. The more you practice this, the easier it becomes to find peace in the moments of your life. When you reflect each day, you reconnect with yourself. You remind yourself of your strength, your potential, and your ability to move forward no matter what happens. And in doing so, you create a space where peace can settle in. So, as you lay down tonight, remember, this day is behind you. You've done your best. Now, let go. Tomorrow is a new opportunity to start again, to be better, to live with more intention. Reflect, release, and find peace. It's a simple practice that has the power to transform your mind, your heart, and your life. Take the time to honor yourself at the end of each day. It's your moment to reset and step into tomorrow with clarity and calmness. Chapter 7. Cultivate inner stillness. The power of silence. In a world that never stops, silence often feels like a luxury we can't afford. The noise is constant, the rush, the demands, the distractions that pull at your attention from every direction. But what if I told you that silence is not just a break from the noise? It's a powerful tool that holds the key to unlocking a deeper, more peaceful part of yourself. Imagine for a moment, you're in the midst of a busy day, your mind racing, thoughts jumping from one thing to another. But then, in the middle of it all, you find a quiet space, a place where you can stop, breathe, and simply be. In that moment, you reconnect with something deeper inside of you. You find stillness. This stillness is not something you need to search for outside of yourself. It's always been there, waiting for you to notice. It's that inner calm that lies beneath the surface of your mind. And the more you practice cultivating it, the more you realize that it is the foundation of your strength, your clarity, and your peace. You have the power to find stillness at any moment. It doesn't require perfection, nor does it require a life free from noise. What it requires is your willingness to step away from the constant buzz and simply listen to the quiet within you. When you cultivate inner stillness, you create space for your true self to emerge. In the quiet, the noise of the world fades, and you begin to hear your own thoughts more clearly. You start to understand what truly matters to you, what aligns with your deepest values, and what needs to be released. But silence isn't always easy to embrace. In fact, it can feel uncomfortable at first. The mind can become restless, eager to fill the silence with worry, to-do lists, or self-doubt. But this is part of the process. It's in these moments of discomfort that you grow. It's in those moments when your mind races that you practice returning to the quiet again and again. Each time you return to stillness, you train yourself to let go of the distractions, to silence the noise, and to tune in to what's truly important. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. The noise becomes less overwhelming, and the quiet within you becomes louder. The power of silence lies in its ability to ground you. When everything around you feels chaotic, the ability to return to your center, the stillness within, becomes your anchor. It's where you regain clarity, where you reconnect with your purpose, and where you find peace amidst the storm. So, how can you cultivate this inner stillness in your life? Start small. It could be as simple as taking a few moments in the morning to sit in silence before the world wakes up, or finding a quiet space during the day to reset. It could be as simple as closing your eyes for a few minutes and breathing deeply, letting go of all the noise. Don't expect immediate results. Silence is a practice, just like any other. Some days will be easier than others. Some days, the noise in your mind may feel louder than usual. But with patience and persistence, you will begin to notice the difference. You will find that in the moments of stillness, you gain insight, clarity, and a sense of peace that no amount of external noise can take away. Remember, the world will always be loud. There will always be distractions, challenges, and noise pulling at your attention. But you have the power to choose how you respond to it. By cultivating inner stillness, you create a space where peace can flourish. And in that space, you will find the strength to navigate anything life throws your way. So today, take a moment to pause. Find that inner stillness. Listen to the quiet within you. And let it remind you that peace, clarity, and strength are already within you, waiting to be discovered. Conclusion. As you move forward on this journey of cultivating inner strength and peace, remember this: true change doesn't happen overnight. It's a series of small, consistent actions that compound over time. Every time you choose silence over noise, stillness over chaos, you are building a foundation that will support you in ways you may not yet fully understand. You have everything you need within you to live a life of clarity, purpose, and peace. It's not about doing more or chasing the next distraction. It's about going inward, mastering your mind, and embracing the quiet strength that lies deep within you. Take this moment to reflect on the power of your choices. How can you begin to implement the principles from today's lesson into your daily life? Can you carve out moments of stillness, simplify your mind, or embrace discomfort to strengthen your inner peace? Now is the time to act. Start today. Even if it's just for a few minutes, give yourself the gift of silence. Reconnect with your inner self, find the stillness, and watch as it transforms the way you navigate life. And if you found value in this video, if it sparked something inside you, I encourage you to take that next step. Subscribe, share, and comment below. Let me know how you plan to embrace stillness in your life. Let's keep this conversation going. You're not alone in this journey, and together we can continue to grow and thrive. Take the first step now. Your inner peace is waiting for you.